Hello and welcome to another week of Apex This Racing. My name is Unimportant, and today Apex This is racing at Canadian Tire Motorsport Park.
There's no radar black box, but
And
there's a
guess
weather
what?
black box with
It's
like
a bit wet
10
out
or
here
15 minute
today.
timeline.
So we've had rain during the practice and got a little
Yeah, I got
cloudy
that
then
one.
for a
Couldn't
while, let
remember if
up,
it was getting rain or what
and
we're driving
I
to.
think we're back to rain again. So hopefully everybody is starting on their rain tires or they are going to be in for a bad day at the racetrack.
Oh, where did
We are
who was
sponsored
in second?
by Apex Sim Racing for all your sim racing gear.
Yeah, it looks like Roman
Full
was
speed
winning
sim coaching. When you want to get faster, give full speed sim coaching a try. Get good racing coaching and video coaching as well. So take a look at what they have to offer. And J. Cooper Electric. John Cooper is a member of our league and sponsors the league through a partnership. All the links are in the description, so you can check them out. So today we're doing a 20-minute race,
Moving on up.
and then we'll take a little break. You won't see that. And then we'll start another 20-minute race with the top 6 inverted. So here we go. We are rocking and rolling. All right. Let's keep our fingers crossed. Turn 1. So far, so good. Everybody's made their way through. Oh, we got a car. I see a car off on the back there. We will, at the end of these 2 races, we'll cover the incidents that happened in these races so that everybody gets to see what happened. We've got Brian Lemke in P1, Kelly Greenhoe in P2, Ty Johnson in P3, Spencer here in P4, then Tony Phillips. They're all just delicately trying to make their way through here. Mike Bond in the Three Nations car. Kent takes a little excursion there off track, loses some positions. And we've got Brian Zinn right there beside Kent. Gregory Ferment. Jake. There's Jake. Craig Tessiter. John Cooper right behind him. Donald Mensing in a battle with Joseph Mayer. And we've got Tim Havelka. Tyler Nevins. Hugh Hale in the purple car. Mark Valenti. Here's Paul. I don't think Paul has ever raced in the rain before, I would guess, by the speed he's taking that right there. And Roman Baikov. Then we've got Joshua Soto back here, Craig Thompson. And it looks to be, that's our field. All righty. Whoa. Somebody got a little off track there. Let's get back to the racing here. Let's see, what are our gaps? This is a tight little race here. We've got between Michael Bond in the Three Nations car. Directly behind him is Spencer. And Ian right behind him. Oh, yikes. Who was that? I think that was Tony Phillips there who had a little off-track excursion. So you can see the spray here that they have to deal with. Hopefully their wipers work, or it's going to be a bad day in the office today. Here we can see Spencer's roll bar view. His wipers are definitely working. Sliding through these corners. Got to stay out of the puddles. Find the dry places. Yikes. Working hard. That's what it's like racing out here in the rain. It's hard work. always just a slight slip away from crash and burn. But I can also tell you from personal experience, it's a blast. It is full concentration for 20 minutes and a ton of fun. And as you can see, you can still have great close racing. So here's Kent trying to make some time up on Tony Phillips. Saw someone spin off in the back there. Again, we'll cover all these at the end of both races. Let's check our gaps here. Jump up front. Looks like Kelly has found his way up front with Brian struggling. Kelly goes off. That's a little excitement there. Ty Johnson right behind him.
Hell of a save, Kelly.
The other racers congratulating Kelly on his great save, so he's still in it. Coming down this sweeper here, slide through there. And then this next little turn, if you don't get the braking right, you will lose the rear end in a hurry right through here. Watch those puddles, boys. And then on the outside, stay off that paint. If you have the wheel cranked too hard and you get on that slippery paint, again, you'll lose the rear end. Then the next corner coming up here is probably one of the more dangerous corners in the wet on the whole track. It is so easy to just get a slow slide right there. Oh, poor Brian, that's exactly what happens. You get a slow slide, there's another one right behind him, and another one right behind him. That corner is something else. So, all right. That was Brian did one of those spins. Looks like Joseph Mayer did another one right behind him. They both got going again. So what did that do for our lead? That put Ty Johnson in the lead with Kelly Greenhoe right behind him. Windshield wipers going. Spencer back here a little ways. Tony Phillips. And then Kent trying to catch up to Tony. Kent has Jake and Gregory in a heated little battle here. Let's see how they take this corner. Come over the rise and then into this sweeper. And then this tough section here that if you don't get right, it is so easy to lose it a multitude of ways right through there. And they all make it through. Nicely done. Jump back here. Craig Tessiter in 11th place. It's got a little gap between him, Joshua Soto, and Tim Havelka. And then Tyler Nevins and Brian Zinn. Got Joseph Mayer. Looks like we've got some pretty good gaps here between the rest. So we'll jump back up here to a close little, one of our closer ones. One thing about the rain is it kind of evens everybody out. Evens the field out because everybody, you can see Mike Bond there slipping and sliding. Everybody just has to be so careful. Overly aggressive and you can push it over the edge, lose your car, smack it into the fence and your day is done. Smooth inputs.
Shit out of this thing.
And you can hear the drivers talking about the difficulty they're having. Oh, no, let's get a little in-car here. Who are we with? We're with Michael Bond. So you can see, let's just follow Mike here for a while. You'll see all the corrections you end up making when you're in the wet. Constantly catching the car from sliding. It's also a great teacher, they say. I don't know who they are, but there's somebody off to the left, looks like John Cooper. But it's also a great teacher in how to catch that oversteer, drive with a little oversteer comfortably. What's this race we got going on up ahead here? Jake and Kent in their battle. And in the rain, you also have to deal with the spray from the car ahead. Oh, Kent gets a little loose. Jake gives him a break. Stays in it. So, rain racing is certainly a challenge, but it can also just be a complete riot. Just taking a little excursion right there. Looks like Craig Thompson giving everybody a break. Helping them to get around a little easier. There's that spray, puddles. You hear him modulating the throttle. Now Jake has Mike Bond right behind him. Oh, Danger's getting on that paint. A little oversteer there. And more oversteer, and there is that slide, that slow motion slide on that corner. We've seen, what, 1, 2, 3, 4 cars that we've seen on camera have lose it in that corner. So that corner is one of the most dangerous you'll see on this. Oh, yikes! There's Tony Phillips. I think he had all 4 wheels in the air there for a little bit. Heck of a save. Heck of a save. That's just unbelievable that he saved that. We'll make sure to check that one out in the final wreck recap at the end. That was exciting. Back up front, Kelly Greenhoe. Looks like he got around Ty Johnson. We're missing some of these passes in the lead, but there's just so much good racing up and down the field that it's hard to catch it all. So we've got Kelly Greenhoe in P1, Ty Johnson in P2. There's Ty. Here's Spencer hanging on in P3. Kent is currently in P4. Shocker. Mike Bond, Jason Kent at P5, Tony Phillips only lost, 2, 3 positions in his little excursion there. Then we've got Roman Bykov, Joshua Soto is drifting through that corner. Right behind him, Craig Tessiter. Here's Brian Zinn, Joseph Mayer going around Paul Bailey. Just keep giving it heck, Paul. You'll figure it out. You just got to do it to figure it out. Tim Havelka. Drop back here, Tyler Nevins. Here's Ian Carello, Jake. Donald Mensing. You hail. Let's watch you here for a little bit. if we have any excitement in his Zoom performance car. He's taking it easy, looks like. Craig Thompson. And then we had Paul. He's definitely picked up speed from when we first saw him. And then I think a lot of people have paused. They just got so far behind, they decided. Let's see here. Yeah. So let's get back into our racing. We got Tim trying to get around Paul Bailey, who's a lap down. Paul, I think, maybe tried to, oh man, I can't believe he saved that. He was
Light touch.
2 wheels in the grass, and he saved that one.
I don't know how I didn't go barreling into there, but it got slowed down most of the way.
And here we go. Ty has gotten around Kelly. It sounded like Kelly may have had a little off track there.
I do have damage. Just gonna hold them off.
And we've got a lap down car with Donald and Hugh Hale, and then Spencer right here. Kent magically still in 4th place. Michael Bond still tracking him down. Watch Kent slide through this little series of corners here. Oh, we had a couple cars off track there. And, oh, and there goes Mike Bond. Maybe he got his rear wheels on that curb coming out of that final turn. That's a dangerous corner without the wet. You had some wet rain in there, and it really gets hairy. You got to be really careful.
We got in the water on the outside of that segment there.
Be careful through that little section. All right, let's see what we've got back here. Looking at Tony Phillips with Joshua Soto right behind him. And Craig Thompson a lap down right behind him. That is the second time we've seen him have a difficulty with that corner. Oh, poor Ian.
I had to take one hand off the road.
And I see another car on the other side there. I think that was Paul Bailey. Sitting off track there. So Kent and Mike Bond. Oh, getting off there a little bit. Oh, that's not Mike Bond. That's Mike. Little slide there. That is, who are we looking at here? Joshua? Nah, that's Roman Bykov. That's who that is. Sorry. A little lost there. Hang on to it, Kent. Don't go off. So Roman Bykov gets around Kent for 4th place. Let's see if he can maintain that. Through this tricky section. Hang on to it, Roman. All right, let's jump back here to Joseph Mayer. Is pressuring Brian Zinn. for 9th place. And it looks like we've got a battle here for P1. Kelly has got onto the back end of Ty Johnson. This is a 20-minute race, and I see we are 19 minutes into it. Oh. Kelly is really pushing hard to get that P1 position. Yep, might have had a little slip coming out of that corner. Got in the puddles. Heard the car get to the rev limiter. Got to be really careful coming out of that double apex to stay out of the puddles and off the paint. Spray isn't too bad. It's certainly something to deal with, though. Hang on there. Watch this little set. I think that's unless Ty loses it. Here they come. There we go. There's your winners. Ty Johnson and Kelly Greenhoe. 2nd place. Here comes Spencer with Roman Bykov hot on his trail.
Holy crap, Kelly, that was amazing. Good racing.
That is going to be a close one.
Yeah, dude, nice job. Not even a 0x there, nice.
Spencer beats Roman to the line. Kent Kruger comes in 5th. Then we've got Joshua Soto, Tony Phillips, Craig Tessiter. Looks like everybody else except back here with, this is our next closest battle. So there we go. All right. So let's see how we did here with our results. We've got Ty Johnson, P1, Kelly, Spencer, Roman, Kent, Joshua. Those top 6 will invert for our next race, which is coming up in just a moment.
60 seconds to get into it. Counters.
All right, we are getting ready for the 2nd race in our doubleheader today. Again, we're at Canadian Motorsport Park. We've got another 20-minute race. It looks like the rain has stopped, and we've got a drying track. I still see puddles laying around. So we've inverted the top 6, and I have a suspicion that if anybody takes a chance to start on dry tires, they may be disappointed, because those are some pretty good puddles sitting out there. Again, we want to thank our sponsors, Apex Sim Racing, for the wheelbases, wheels, pedals, all the good stuff they've got. So check them out. Full Speed Sim Coaching will help you get faster, help you race in the wet too. Get Good Racing. He has a video series that is an inexpensive way to get started on self-coaching. And then J. Cooper Electric is a member of our league and sponsors us by being a partner. All right, so we've got Joshua Soto in P1, Kent Kruger in P2, and then Roman and Spencer, Kelly and Ty. So here we are, heading to the line. And I see the windshield wipers still going, and they're off. Big puddle there on the entry to that turn. Whoa, 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 whoa. Joshua gets loose. Now he's got Kent right behind him. So far, so good. I'm seeing some people in the back here. There's Kelly taking a little excursion. We'll cover the incidents in this race at the end here. So hang around once the race is over and you get to see all the chaotic action. Let's jump back up here with our leaders. We've got really close battle here between Joshua, Kent, and Roman for P1, 2, and 3. And then coming up fast, Brian Zinn, Ty Johnson, Craig Tessiter, and P6.
Sorry about that, Kelly. I got a little loose and got into you.
That's all good.
Look at this. This gets interesting. We've got a drying track, but still some massive puddles on it, which they are going to have to watch out for. And there's Kent driving through a bunch of the puddles right there. There's that big puddle coming on the entry. It looks like Kent just sort of gave Roman that corner. Oh, Kent goes a little wide. Gets on the paint, but keeps it going. Here's this dangerous corner we've seen before. In the first race, so many people lost it on that little series of corners. Got Jake in the purple car with Tim Havelka right ahead of him and Kelly Greenhoe right behind. Kelly is one of our faster racers in the MX-5. Let's see if he can make his way where he's sitting in P10 right now. So we'll see if Kelly can make his way up through the field. I see what looks like Kent got a little wide there. Oh, still losing the rear. Might lose another position. Yep. Ty Johnson right behind him. Side by side coming up to the big sweeper. Let's see how they sort this out. It's like Ty is gonna hang around the outside. Kent's got to stay out of that puddle on the inside. Whoa! Kent gets a little loose. Ty makes the pass. Nice. Good racing there. Side by side in the wet, through the corners. That gets exciting. Right behind them, we have more tight battles. Here's Tyler Nevins with Craig Tessiter right ahead of him. Tim Havelka, Kelly Greenhoe. Tim got a little bit off on the paint, so Kelly's going to be able to make that pass. Or maybe not, because he's coming up on this tricky corner. Oh, man, he got lucky. I can't tell you how lucky he was to not get his tire off in the dirt there. Nicely carrying the Apex This logo on his car. Thank you very much. So here we are with P3, P4. Looks like we've got Roman in P1, Joshua Soto in P2, Brian Zinn in 3, Ty Johnson in P4. Kent is in P5, Craig Tessiter in P6. Still have spray. We've got partly cloudy skies. We're going to take an outside line through here. Can he hold on and make it work? Coming into that little corner is so dangerous right there. So dangerous. They all make another lap through. Uh-oh. Tim Havelka got wide again through there. Boy, you get wide through that section, you can easily lose it. And you definitely lose time. And oh, no. Yikes. Uh-oh. We are going to see that one in the wreck recap at the end. Too bad there. Looks like that was an ambitious pass on that set of corners there. Tim had gotten wide, lost some time. I'm not sure who that was coming around him there, but definitely did not make it by without a little contact. All right, so what are we looking at here? Here's Craig Tessiter pushing Kent for P5. Craig's got his windshield wipers going there in the spray. Watch out for those puddles on the inside. Watch out for that little series of puddles. There's another one there. And off they go. That is such a dangerous, that looks exciting. Oh, there's a heck of a lot of spray there. Kent puts his tires in the wet. He's either trying to, looks like Kent's getting a little wide here. Be careful. He's trying to put the mist up in front of Craig, maybe slow him down a little bit. Because Craig is pressuring Kent for sure. And Craig's got Kelly Greenhoe right behind him. This is our closest on-track battle, so we'll hang out with this one for a little while.
Brown pants after that.
Oh, let's see up front here. All of a sudden, it's getting tight between Joshua and Roman Bykov. Watch out for that rain. Oh, yep, that puddle right there will get you. You'll get the tire spin on there. Slow you down. He's going to make the pass here. Let's see if... Whoa, made a sharp move to the outside. Sweep through here, and he does make the pass. Now, can he hang on to it? Yikes! Serious risk. Gonna put Roman on that paint, and he does hang on to that. That was impressive. Thought for sure one of them was gonna lose it through there. Nicely done, boys. Nicely done. Hang on, Roman. Roman's gonna lose a little time there. See if Joshua can bring it up on his inside without hitting him. Keep it clean, boys. Keep it clean. See him slipping and sliding back there behind him. I think that's Ty Johnson, who was doing a little drifting around that final corner. And back here, we've got Kent, Craig, and Kelly Greenhoe still in their tight little battle for, what are we looking at here? Fifth place? Yikes! I see Craig Tessiter took some serious curb there. Now he didn't get as good of an exit, so Kelly's going to be able to maybe catch him. Let's see what happens here. They're drag racing down to the big sweeper. Hang on to it, boys. Kelly hangs around the outside. Gonna make that happen. Kent's drifting a little wide. Now he's got Kelly right behind him through that puddle. Hang on to it, Kent. And he makes it through. Now, can Kelly get by Kent here? I think Kent just said, take it. He's going to let him through. He knows Kelly's faster. No sense in both of them losing any time.
Take me with you, Kelly.
And here's this tricky section. Oh, hang on to it, Kelly. Oh, there's that. Man.
Or not.
That little section of track has caught so many of our racers out tonight. When we look at the incidents after this race is over, I think we're going to see a lot of them do that slow motion spin through that corner. Through the big puddle here. And around, hang on to it, around they go. So what are we looking at here?
Slow motion spin too.
We've got a tight battle here between Ty Johnson and Brian Zinn. We've seen a lot of attempted passes on this little stretch of road, trying to get to them, hopefully get around them before you get to the sweeper, or get far enough ahead. Let's see if he can make the pass here, because then that puts him on the inside to the next corner. And yes, he does make that pass. Nice. Let's see what happens behind him. Kent's got, oh, and there goes Kent. Slow motion, loses it, and now he is stuck. Let's see what it looks like from his roll bar. He can see these cars coming. He's got to sit here and wait for the, heads up, yikes. There comes a car. I think that was Kelly Greeno coming in for a pit stop. Probably had some damage or a black flag or something he needed to recover from. That had to be exciting.
I made the wrong turn.
Oh, too bad for Kent. He was sitting there in what, fifth position, fifth or sixth, and he's lost several out of that. So hopefully he can keep it going now. All right, let's see here. What are our intervals? Looks like they're kind of got, oh, yikes. That was Paul Bailey sitting there facing the wrong way. He gets it turned around. Up front, we've got Roman Bykov has pulled out a second and a half gap on Joshua Soto in P2. And then Ty Johnson behind him. Brian Zinn lost a little time there. And we've got Tyler Nevins. And that's Paul Bailey, who's a lap down right behind him. Then we've got Craig Tessiter in sixth place, John Cooper in seventh. Kent is now in eighth, all by himself. Ian back here in ninth. Here's you in 10th place. Kelly Greenhoe in 11th from his excitement. Had a heart attack coming into pit lane. I think that was him, but not 100% certain. Here's Tim Havaka. And we've got Mark Valentine, Donald Bensing, Paul Bailey. Still giving it a go. It's good to see. And then I think we've had quite a few racers, yes, who have decided, I think, looking at these racers, they didn't get very far into this race. I would guess they started on slicks, and that was the wrong choice to make to start this race. So we are just under 15 minutes into it. I still see spray coming off the cars ahead. Let's see here. Yep, still see Joshua has his windshield wipers going. I see spray coming off of Roman's car ahead, so I'm not certain we would even be at slicks at this point in the race. There are still pretty good puddles here. Maybe someone could give it a try. There's not enough time, though, at this point to make a pit stop and catch back up. And I think the risk is just too great. Track, it's definitely drying, but it is not dry enough. And not enough time left in the race. If we had a 40-minute race, maybe you take the risk now. Maybe. That'd be a big risk. Yeah, you can see he's still working hard to maintain control, and that's with wet tires. So no, dry tires would be a disaster. There's Roman, gets a little wide. And that gives Joshua maybe an opportunity here. See if he can do something with this. Got to stay off that paint and out of those puddles right there. Roman gets in it again, and he's going to have a bad exit coming out of that corner. So Joshua, looks like Joshua's made the pass here. And he's going to bring Ty Johnson with him because of that bad exit that Roman had. That double A, you really have to watch that exit. Oh, Roman is going to maintain the outside. Oh my God, is he going to get ahead of Ty here? Oh, they're keeping it clean so far. He does. My God, Roman. He just gave it everything, and here's Ty going to battle back. Roman is driving like this is a 100% dry track. Here's this dangerous corner. They all make it through. Roman is slipping and sliding everywhere through here. Hanging on to it by the skin of his teeth. Ty Johnson making big moves behind him. All right, let's see what happens this lap. See if Joshua can pressure Roman again. I think Roman got a better exit that time. There's a big draft coming down here. You really make up time in that draft. So Joshua's going to give it another try. He'll be on the outside here, and if he can get a nose ahead, he might, oh, don't go too fast. Drive it in too hard. So far, so good. He's got his nose ahead. And this time, he is going to maintain the lead. He did make the pass that time. Coming up on 19 minutes. So, I'm not sure if that was the white flag lap or not. My trailer never tells me. I'm always just as much surprised when it's the checkered flag as you guys are. Joshua has put a gap between him and Roman. And now Ty is pressuring Roman. Here we come through the tricky corner. It's drying up. There's some big puddles. Hang on to it, boys. Watch the exit. Got some gap here between them. It's like about half a second gap between these top three. Here's a lap down car, Tim Havelka. He moves out of the way. Nicely done. Doesn't involve himself in the leader's race. Roman is pushing hard. This is that series. Whoop. Hang on to it, Roman. Cammy, careful. No, dang. He can't. Is he going to back across the finish line? Yes, he is. Great finish, Roman. Nicely done. He backs it across the finish line for P4. Oh my gosh, that was fun to see. All right, what are we looking at here? We're looking at John Cooper, Craig Tessiter.
Yeah, I was good.
Here's Kent coming up for 8th place.
Wet conditions and the slower cars, I do fairly decent, actually.
So Kent will come across in 8th place. You hail.
Yeah, you were right on my bike.
Just kept it going, kept it clean. And he's going to bring it up in 9th place. And then Ian, back your ways, looks like his car has seen better days. Look at that, he's missing his bumper. The hood is bent up. Ian's had a rough little race. So he's going to bring up 10th place. And then we've got Mark Valente in 12th. And his car still looks pretty clean.
Missed one.
We have all manner of experience levels in our races. So, yeah, you'll see people that have done this for years, like Kelly, who's just super fast in the MX-5. And then you'll see others who are, this might be their first league race that they've ever had. So we have a lot of different skill levels, which makes for a lot of fun. And as long as people stay out of the way
One way to finish a race, Roman.
of the race leaders, like we saw in our race, that works out really well. So we've got P1 was Joshua Soto, P2 was Ty Johnson, P3 was Brian Zinn, Roman, Tyler, John, Craig, Kent, and so on down the line here. And we've got a lot of, I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them at the end that had a 12 lap. I think a lot of those that were 12 laps down probably started on dry tires and weren't even able to make that first lap. And we had some like Michael Bond, 9 laps down. He just probably had some trouble there and said, to heck with this. You saw in the heat race, he was more towards the front, so he may have just got a little frustrated there. So anyway, that is the end of our second race. So hang on here. Let me get all loaded up for the wreck recap, and we'll cover the incidents. We'll cover I don't know that we'll cover them all. There's going to be so many, but we'll hit the incidents in these 2 races. Hi there, and welcome back for our race recap. This is the wreck recap of the end. Here's our first one. Thomas Wright has a rough start to his race there. That is too bad for Thomas. Had a bad start. You go through all that practice and then end up just having that difficulty right away on lap 1. So, and then we've got, let's see here. Who do we have up next? Looks like Paul Bailey up next. Let's see, Paul, where did you have your difficulty? See if I can get my system set up here. There we go. Okay, so Paul losing it in that corner, which a lot of people did, and jump to the, it's going to be hard to do with all these accidents we have. So then we've got Mark Valenti. What does Mark have going on here? Gets in the paint, a little too much steering angle in it, and around you go. Then we've got Donald Mensing. There, this is the that corner right there. I don't know how many people. You do the count. Figure out how many people that particular corner takes out. It took out a lot. And then we've got Michael Bond. Same corner, so that's 2. Then we've got Ian. See what happens here. Same corner. I can see Michael's just leaving. And Ian gets into that same corner. That is just a popular little... And, oh, look! John Cooper following them all right through. That's just hilarious. That's crazy. But that corner... It's just so tricky. And here we go again. You jumped Cooper. Oh my God. One of them trying to get out of that mess. Another one coming into that mess. And around they go. And let's see here now. We've got Brian Lemke. Is that the same corner? It sure is. Into the wall he goes. That's just a bad day. Brian Zinn. Here we go again. Has anybody seen this corner before? There's Brian Lemke sitting there off on the left. Brian Zinn comes around. And who's that right behind him? Joseph Mayer comes around. That corner is nuts. And here, look out. We're finally on a different corner. Let's drop back here a little bit so we can see where we're at. So that was Craig Thompson. Having a rough day there. Let's see what Mark does. Hang on to it, hang on to it. Those slow spins. You just, oh, and a rollover. Look out. Good things those have the FIA approved roll cage in them. And then we've got Gregory. Surprise. Bam, into the wall. Yikes. Watch out, you got cars coming up behind you, Gregory. All right, and we're gonna catch John Cooper. Is he gonna do it again? He sure is.
Not again.
And you're saying not again. Oh my gosh.
All right, this is both fun and scary at the same time.
All right, and then Jake. Yep, surprise. Let's see it happen again.
Well, I guess your pin.
And then we've got, a different corner. Oh my God. How can it be?
Just these rain tires go away quick.
Brian Lemke nicely into the wall there.
Yeah, it's getting a lot more twitchy.
See what happens here with Donald Mensing on that second to final turn. That is a tricky turn. You brake a little bit too late there, or hold the brake a little bit too long, you're going to lose it. Here's Mike losing it in the puddle.
Oh, Mike, bummer.
Yep, he got his tires in that puddle, and that was it. Then we've got Donald Mensing. Hang on to it, Donald.
Does that mean you were playing with the radio?
Locks down the brakes. I could see him. He was trying to use his brakes to help him recover there at first, and then when he finally saw it, nope, not going to be able to recover, he mashed those brakes. That's what we tell our racers to do. Yikes! I think that was a case of Paul slowing up a little bit earlier than Ian expected, and you are just, you're done. In those cases, there's just nothing you can do. Donald having a rough night. Here is that corner again, getting him. This time he keeps it out of the wall. And then we're looking at here, Ian. You can see he was definitely too much in the wet. Tries to correct it, almost gets it, and keeps it out of the wall. And here we've got Ian. Hang on to it, Ian. And Paul. That was a 4X. They just caught each other coming through there. I think they were, the other incident we saw, Paul was ahead and hit the brake early, and Ian about smacked into him. So here goes Mike Bond around in our favorite corner. I hope somebody's keeping count. Here's Joseph Mayer. There it is again. You can see they're in the wet. Got to get further to the outside there, boys. Can't, at least when I'm running that corner in the wet. I get to the outside. You can see that.
Holy crap, Kelly, that was amazing. Good racing.
Stay out of the wet. Mike Bond losing it
Dude,
again.
nice job. Not even a zero back there. Nice.
Nice little pirouette.
We're
Keeps it
punched on the
going.
first corner, just a heads up. Little ways after the first corner.
Oh, we're at the end of the race. Okay. So we will. Let's skip ahead to
Wait for
the
Spencer
second
to get in here
race.
for a pick.
So now the incidents we're going to see are from the second race. And there's John Cooper losing it on lap 1. All right. Wait, we were still. Oh, no, that was the warm up in between. Sorry, kids. Sorry, John. You're good. My bad. Not your fault. Now we're in the second race. See, yeah, here we go. A slow Joseph Mayer, just slowly. It's so interesting on the wet how it just turns into a really slow spin that just seems to last forever. Yikes. Hang on to it, Brian. Brian Lemke, I think that he saw car losing it up ahead of him and touched the brakes in that corner, and around he goes. So now we've got Kelly getting on the rear, right rear. Yikes, they just bounced off each other. Kelly was on the right rear of Spencer. Let's see that again from a little bit. Spencer's here. Yeah, Kelly's just right, and Kelly doesn't want to get off on the paint, and iRacing takes over, and they bounce off each other. We'll see if anybody protests that one. Here we've got Joseph Mayer. This was the, in the second race, track was definitely still wet. And if anybody here was trying to start this race on dry tires, they weren't going to last long. And I think I think Donald is definitely on dry tires right here. And there's just nothing he can do. And I think Brian Lemke, look at him just being so careful behind. I think he's probably on dry tires too. Here's Mike Bond. Hard to say at this point if he's on dry tires, but I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, he seems really, really loose. Let's check out Brian, who pretty sure he's on dries. And it's just too wet. Too wet out there, boys. Skip ahead here to Spencer. Yikes, got on the brakes. Too late, too hard. Round he goes. Donald. Yike, in the paint, on the wet. That ain't gonna work. Boom. Straight into the wall. That is a lesson learned on wet track. Stay out of the puddle, stay off the curbs. Number one goal. Mike Bond. Hang on to it, Mike. Oh, no. Loops it, and then Paul Bailey doesn't quite read that one correctly and gets into Mike. And who else caught that one? Mark Valente gets into that. So he's coming out of this mess, thinks they're going to stay on the wall, but Paul bounces out. And here is Joseph Mayer. Little bit on the inside there, gets on that, loses it. Hang on to it. Then we've got Tim Havelka. Looks like he's going to go wide. Yep, goes wide, gets off. Can he get control? I think this is the one we saw where him and who's that? Ian on the outside. Just not quite enough room there. Yeah, just not quite there. Tim, you can see Tim just drift into the outside. That's just a product of a wet track. Tim got going, and you can see his front end just gets out from under him. Takes out him and Jake Spidell and others. Let's see here. Mike Bond having a bad day. Gets in the paint, a little bit too much steering angle. Round you go. Got to hold it straight on that paint when it's wet. There's our favorite corner. Donald having a rough day in front of his car. Has seen that wall a few times, I think. There's Craig Thompson. He's going to get on that paint. Too much steering angle. Round you go. You just got to straighten the wheel out as soon as you see yourself heading for that paint. Paul having a rough time. I think we're at the end of the race here, I think. Are we? Or did he just lose it all on his own? No, we're not at the end of the race. What were you doing there, Paul? I think he just came out. I got to back this up a little bit because I'm not sure what's going on here. Yeah, he just came through this corner. He's taking it easy. Corrected, overcorrected, and around he goes. Hey, it's all part of the learning process. We all went through it. I know I certainly did. Kelly, is he the last one to going to lose it on that corner? Let's find out.
Or not. Don't grab on.
Here's Craig Tessiter. Where's he gonna? He's trying to catch up with Kent. Keep it out of the wall, Craig. Oh, barely taps it. Oh, that's a tough spot to get out of cleanly, too. Nice there, Craig, because you really got to watch your relative. And look, there's Kent sitting off on the side. Let's watch what happened to Kent here. We saw that one on the I think he just got in the wet, a little bit too much speed. Around he goes. He sits here and waits. And then who is this that comes blasting through?
Oh, no.
Right there. Oh my gosh. That's let's see who that is. That was Kelly. Sure was. Wasn't sure, but let's follow Kelly through that. And
Those spins.
yep, he made it right around. Okay, Kelly. Good job. Had to be a surprise. Here's Joseph Mayer. There, we've seen that one a few times.
No.
Get those wheels on that paint. Still got steering angle in it. And it turns you right around. Jake, will he be the last to spin in that corner? Oh, look at that front bumper fly. That was a dangerous projectile there for a little bit. Paul, it's not going to give me that one. There it is. Losing it there, facing the wrong way. Car coming around heading straight at him. Look out, Paul. Oh, that was a dangerous little spot to sit. It's tough to know what to do in that kind of case. If you don't have enough time and you got cars heading at you, then they could already be planning to go on your outside. And if you decided to head to the outside to get off track, then bam, they're going to run into you. There's Donald Mensing, giving that little corner another shot. Here's Kelly. It is still wet out there, boys. Losing it in that final turn. Kelly, you got to do like Kent did and get on the pit lane. It's so much easier. Ian. Oh, Ian may be the final one through here. Bam! There's a lot of front bumpers have to be deposited right there. So we've got Ian, then we've got Roman. Let's see here. Well, right now, Ian. Roman's going to lose it on the final turn. So right now, Ian is our... and I think that is going to be it. Yeah, Roman backing across the finish line was great. Let's catch that one. Let's follow Roman as he backs it up through the he's pegging it too in reverse too. Pegging it. Nicely done, Roman. All right. There we go, kids. Thank you for following along tonight. That was a fun race in the rain. And if you want to join us, we race this MX-5 on Tuesday nights. We'll be racing it for another, let's see, one more night. And then we're going to run the Mustang FR 500S for 3 nights. Four.
Right on my butt.
I think it's 4 nights, excuse me. Yeah, 4. So 2 more races with the MX-5, 4 races with the Mustang, and then 4 races with the GR86. And then we'll see who's fastest in those 3 cars. So thank you for joining. Hope you had a good time. Go ahead and, what do they say? They say smash. I have no idea why they say that, because it's a keyboard or a mouse. You don't smash anything. So touch the like button, touch the subscribe button,
Missed one.
and we'll see you next race. Thanks for joining. Bye.
That's fun. Their light rain is pretty good.